Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So we just had a trade happen between the Houston Rockets and the OKC Thunder. Actually, a lot of players on the move. What I will say is that it's not the most exciting trade ever. I think a lot of it was for financial reasons and staying under the cap and doing things along those lines. But I will say, had some pretty good energy tonight. Just had myself an anabolic burrito. I'm telling you, man, anabolic diet. Look that up. So good, so good. But also, hit McDonald's for lunch. But also, last night I threw up like a half gal of blueberry margarita mix. So, balance, right, man? Balance. But okay. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and check out what this trade is exactly. We have the Houston Rockets are getting Derek Favors, Ty Jerome, Mo Harkless, Teo Maldon, and a 2025 second-round pick in exchange for David Nwaba, Sterling Brown, Trey Burke, one of my favorite college players of all time, and Marquise Chris. If I'm being honest, there are some solid quality players here. So let's go ahead. I want to go over to NBA 2K and kind of just break down each individual player and what exactly they could be for the team. So it is important to note that I guess Sterling Brown doesn't exist. He's not somebody I can put on there. And also Mo Harkless, I believe he was just recently traded to the Thunder. And now he's being traded again, so he's not showing up on the teams either. But yeah, straight up, that's not really that big a deal. Okay, so looking over here, David Nwaba, I always kind of associate him. I was going to say 3-and-D, but that 3 ain't looking so good, historically speaking here. He's got some good seasons with it, but I don't know. I've always kind of thought of him as like a good athletic guard. He's 29. I don't really see him fitting in with the OKC Thunder, if I'm being honest, as far as the rebuild goes. So yeah, not really anything too crazy going on there. You have Trey Burke. So Trey Burke, I would say historically has been I would say a third string point guard. You know what I'm saying? Where, in most cases, he probably ain't going to be your backup. It's just not going to lead to great basketball. But, if a player's injured or maybe you need a little bit of a scoring punch or something along those lines. But think about Trey Burke. He's just always been a little undersized for the NBA. And he's always kind of struggled, obviously, overall with, efficiency and just, getting his shots up and things like that. I loved him at Michigan, but as far as his NBA career goes, he's fine. He had a nice season here with New York. Utah, early on, had a few nice seasons. That's when he was actually drafted by them and everything. But, over the course of the past few seasons, not really doing too much. So, yeah, he's going to, sorry, I have it all backwards now. Yeah, he is going to the Thunder. Okay, and then they're also getting Marquise Chris. I've always thought Marquise Chris was a solid-ish NBA player. I used to call him the next Amari Stoudemire, but I'd pretty much say that for any 6'8", 6'9" athletic center/power forward. So yeah, don't get too excited about that compliment there, Marquise Chris. But he's only 25. He goes to an OKC Thunder team that I don't know. I would say with Chet being out, he'll have an opportunity to play over there. A bit more of a, hey, what could this guy be, as opposed to Derek Favors, who was the veteran center, where everybody's just why is this old dude, taking minutes away from the young bloods on the OKC Thunder? So I would say out of those 3 players, or I guess 4 players, sorry, Sterling Brown, Marquise Chris, I think, is the one that's the most intriguing. I could see him actually being a good solid role player for that team going forward. So I'm all for that. And then over here, this is where things actually get interesting. We have some good quality names going to the Houston Rockets. So as we all know, Kevin Porter is the starting point guard for that team, and I think he deserves to be that. I think that's completely fine. Who else? Who was the one dude? Ty Washington? I believe they drafted him, right? Let me confirm that real quick. I could have swore it was Ty Washington. Yeah, Ty Washington for another project type of point guard could end up being really good. I think he's going to be a really good NBA player. But if not, then you have a few other nice projects here. Ty Jerome has had some really solid seasons for the OKC Thunder. 2020-2021 season, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Last season, numbers took quite a dip, playing about 16 minutes per game, but as you can see, the shooting numbers didn't really correlate to the previous season, looking more like his rookie year, so you're wondering if that was kind of an outlier year, or maybe just struggled, and he'll be good to go. But 6'5", yeah, point guard, good height to him. Former number 1 pick, former first round pick, 24th overall back in 2019. So yeah, I like the idea of him going over there. He'll get to compete for some minutes and everything. You also got Teo Maldon. Now there was a while here where I thought Teo was going to be an actual big part of the OKC Thunder. I just felt like that fan base really liked him a lot, and his rookie season was pretty damn solid at 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Once again, the shooting numbers not really doing all that great, but young point guards tend to struggle in that department. So that's not really something that I worry too much about personally when it comes down to like scouting NBA point guards and their future in the NBA. Now, you would have hoped he would have built on things a little bit going into his sophomore season where he put up 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game. But overall, it's like, yeah, the offensive numbers did not get better. So all of a sudden you have 3 or 4 young point guards over on the Houston Rockets competing for some minutes, competing to prove that they can stick around. But I guess really the most notable name here would have to be Derek Favors. Now, I don't think Derek Favors is going to stay on the Houston Rockets, especially with them having Alpi on the team and everything. I guess supposedly he could be the backup center, and I think that would be completely fine. He is 31 years of age, and looking at his contract, yeah, it's an expiring deal, so I mean, I could see him sticking around for the season, but if I'm being 100% honest, I think there's a lot of teams that could actually use Derek Favors. As far as maybe even a starter for temporary, one team that really comes to my mind would be the Boston Celtics, who just lost Robert Williams for a few months. So, I mean, a lot of teams out there could use Derek Favors, or maybe even going back to the Nets, a team like that, that's kind of lacking at the center position as far as depth goes. So, no, man, I mean, I like Derek Favors. I didn't really like him on the OKC Thunder. I just thought he was kind of a waste of a roster spot as far as the direction of that team. So it makes sense that they finally got rid of him. But yeah, man, that is all we have for this video. What y'all think about this trade? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.